Hey guys, Nice Tail here, bringing you a nice summary of this particular knife, the Varga VBR Mark 3 and 4. I'm just combining them. I did a review on these things. I'll link that down below. These are wonderful knives. They're fantastic. They're excellent. Every iteration, every Mark version of this thing has had minor improvements. It didn't even have the thumb studs in the original versions, and it's just a progression of excellence. They were excellent from the beginning. They've gotten better. And honestly, they're functional, attractive, great knives. We're looking at M390, titanium bolster lock, carbon fiber or micarta. They do have micarta over scales, I guess. On bearings with a flipper tab, thumb stud actuation. Thumb studs, despite being small, have tons of traction and they work great. Flipper tab is comfortable and works great. In the open position, as you can see, it kind of has a hinderer aesthetic. That sort of pistol grip, push forward, leans into the cut aesthetic, but it's super comfortable. Even more comfortable than hinderers. And hinderers are not uncomfortable in the hand. They aren't. But this is sort of taking that to the next level. It's contoured. Lightly contoured, chamfered. It might be a little flat on the very center here, but there's enough that it feels very contoured. Very usable, very open choil for every kind of grip. I have no problem being in there. I guess you could, if you have big stocky fingers, you might not want to choke up like in this grip because you could be on the edge. But back here, no problem whatsoever. In my opinion, you probably could even have larger fingers and be just fine hugging this trigger of the flipper. As you can see, I really do like these knives. I have two of the Mark III, one of the Mark IV. This is the large. There is a small, which is basically the regular standard ones are, what are they all overall? Let's take a quick check. 8 1/8, looks like, about. And they have 3.5 inches of blade, and this one has just under, right around 3.75, maybe 3.7 inches of blade. And I really like that on the Mark IV. He didn't just size it up, he also slimmed it down. It feels great. It feels wonderful. They're beautiful. I'm sure I would like the smaller one. I don't typically carry all that much smaller knives, but I do carry some that are in that 3.25 range, which I believe those small ones are. The jimping works great. The grip in the hand works great. The clip, well, it has a little bit of flat at the end, works pretty darn great. That's what these are. These are functional, premium knives that really look and work great and feel good. I really like the VBRs. Usually to see if when another run of these is being done, there's been 4 of them, as far as I know. And he recently came out with another design that has a different blade shape, and I think it was a button lock, and I did not manage to get on that. I wish I could have, but I just had other things in the works at the time, and it didn't happen. I do regret it. I hope he does more. But you usually see and follow him through Instagram, and that's where you're going to see when he's doing a run or when he has knives in stock and stuff like that. I feel like these are overall kind of a sleeper, right? They're not necessarily as big name as they should be. They're deserving of more. They're just so great. They're just so quintessential knife. And he has definitely a following and a lot of his knives, but I don't think he completely sells out, or he has some knives floating around on the end of a run more than he should. Like, these things are worth pre-ordering, worth beating down the door to get on a drop. They are. They're really great. They're really well executed. This particular one has a slightly lighter detent, but oof, it's also drop shut. Same satisfying flick, though. Pop. Very lovely. Very lovely. The VBRs, oh, this one also has a slight modification. I don't love plasma anno, like this sort of lightning plasma anno. This is just fine, but this lightning strike kind of thing, I don't know why. I really like that. I guess it's more like this, but this one just speaks to me. So when I saw that, I had to get it. And I use and carry all of these knives. I do. They want to be used. It feels like a wonderful knife. It doesn't just feel like a wonderful knife. It's a wonderful knife, but it feels like a knife that wants to be used. It's a compound, hollow grind here, flat grind here. It's a bit thicker up here, but it's not overly thick, but it's super thin back here. They just perform. They do. They're really great knives. If I had to nitpick anything, I'd say the plunge grind could be better. It's a little hard to see. It looks like the plunge grind on these ones stops like here, which is fine. But I think the plunge grind on this one works its way down a little bit further. It's a little hard to tell because of the hollow grind and the way it thickens out naturally as it goes up the blade. But I want to say it's like right here on these ones and a little further forward on that. That could be a little bit further back, but the stop pin is up in here. That's it right there. So you have full access to lengthen out that choil, do whatever you want. So honestly, there's really very few, if any, major negative aspects on these knives. This one's got the heaviest detent. This one's got a medium detent, probably from me using it the most. And this one just had a slightly lighter detent. But crazy drop shot action. Lock bar access is absolutely wonderful. It doesn't look like it would be, right? It doesn't look like it stands out at all. Yet you can totally get this from almost perfectly from the side. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way it's chamfered or something, but it just works. It's even better on this one. As I said, they progressively get better. This one has straight up just perfect access to the side. And I like seeing that. Each variant of this knife has gotten better. And that means he's taken feedback and notes and everything, and he's improving. And yeah, these are great knives to begin with. Wonderful knives to improve on. The Mark Varga VBR series are wonderful knives that honestly deserve more attention and more frequent attention and more people jumping on them. Because if you want a premium knife to use that is just quintessential knife, this thing pretty much hits that. I love them. That's why I have 2 of the Mark IIIs. And I hope to get that new model he put out. Hopefully he does more runs on those. That is everything from me. I appreciate you guys watching. If there's anything that you think I can do to improve, if there is anything where maybe there's some sort of gear or something that you're not seeing people cover as much that you'd like to see, I'm open to it. Why not, right? Just not knives, for the love... I mean, not knives. No, knives are expensive enough. Not watches. For the love of God, not watches. Stay away. No, I'm afraid of those. No. I don't have the money. I barely have the money to do knives. No. Well, I'm not that much of a glutton for punishment. Thank you. I will end it here. See you later. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.